This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the 3-time sexiest man in Millington, Johnny Harden.
Yo, realize what it is? Usually with Gabe Coonan here it's a Thirsty Thursday, but no, it's a Friday's Eve or Ladies' Night because it feels so right. Oh, man, I remember those days. You know, back in the day, Carl, are you still young to remember, like, Ladies' Night being Thursday?
I've heard about it, but yeah, I'm too young for that.
Oh, man, back in the day, we used to, Thursday night, I remember when I used to tend bar down on Beale Street on Thursday night. That was my favorite night to tend bar. You know, Friday and Saturday nights were really busy. Made a lot of money, don't get me wrong. I was glad I had those shifts. So I wanted those shifts because I made the most money. But let's just say I had the most fun on Ladies' Night, if you know what I'm saying. It was Ladies' Night, and it felt so right. And today is going to feel so right because, yes, even though Gabe Kuhn, our good friend Gabe, is out, Sports 56 Happy Hour is going to rock and roll. We're going to go forward. You got your buddy Johnny Radio. You know me, John Harden. You can follow me on Twitter at Johnny_radio. My man Carl Morris is in the house. Carl, I don't know your Twitter.
I'm about to look it up and tell you guys
I was
right now.
going to say, yeah, he's got to look it up and tell me even, too, because I don't know. But I'll also tell you I have some special stuff because we have Musa Cisse info. Isaac Simpson. I love this man. Y'all know we talk with Isaac every Thursday. You know, out of all the people in this city, I love Isaac Simpson and David Cobb and Terry Davis and Ron Tillery and Rob Fisher and just all these Mitch, everybody I can think of. There's so many that I'm not saying something, and I just hope Anthony Sane, Peter Edmiston, CJ, everybody better go. Wolo Stats, Brett, Eli, Greg, Peter, CJ, all Gabe, everybody. I love all of them. But Isaac is a very fun conversation that we have every Thursday, and we have Hardwood at 2 o'clock on Thursdays. We move my favorite segment in the whole wide world every single Thursday for one reason, and that's because every single Thursday at 2:30 instead of Hardwood, we have Isaac Simpson. At 2 o'clock today, that's right, 2 o'clock today, you get Hardwood, and you're going to laugh your keister off because I have some great stories for Hardwood. And then today at 1:30, I have something a little different. Now, Lauren Pascal, however she says it. I'll ask her. Probably should have before I came on air, but I was actually dealing with her agent. Or I don't even know if you would call her an agent or a nurse's rep, to be honest with you. She is she's a traveling nurse. She's a traveling nurse. She's taking one of the leading roles in the professional sports preparation of what's going on in the safe reopening and how this is going to work and how we can actually do this safely. If we can even do this safely, she believes we can. I'm fired up to bring her on. She's originally out of, I think, Denver, Colorado. Her nursing agency, they got 8 professional sporting events across the country. In June they had 8 professional sporting events across the country in June. All went off without a hitch. They have now been on site, and they will be on site to provide all types of basically everything that's going on in the bubble, all the stuff that's going to be going on with baseball and spring training. One of their staff is one of the leader of the S2 Global, which I didn't even know, logistics and basically pandemic security. They're a very large scale. They work. I mean, like what I'm trying to say is they ain't hiring out. Like they ain't moving 5 people. You know what I'm saying? Like if we have a huge pandemic, if we have something big going down, they're getting the call. I can't believe because I have been trying to get her on, and she has been so kind. She's joining us at 1:30, and I want to ask the truth. And I want to know because, again, I know that this is a positive person who believes that we can actually have sports without, with this during the pandemic if we all do the right things. Again, though, this is why I want to bring her on because I am so tired of seeing people out there, and especially, today, Saturday is going to be July 4th. Y'all know that, right?
My birthday as well.
By the way, happy birthday. Happy birthday. A man born on July 4th. But it's Independence Day. It's July 4th. It's the day that, you think about. A lot of people think of individualism, but you're proud of your country. Because, the United States celebrates individualism. But the one thing it also does, it also says that it needs a informed citizenry. It needs also people to help other people. And what I'm trying to say here is 4th of July is right around the corner. It's America, baby. Or hey, we're in Memphis. It's America, baby. It's America, baby. You know this. And we're going to talk about what you can do. And let's just be real. You want to get mad at me? You can. I've got so many hate messages. I don't even care to. I think it's stupid. I don't understand why. You don't have to wear a mask if you don't want to, I guess. But if you want college football from everybody I've talked to, and I'm talking to nurses, and then again, I pulled this straight up. I even emailed it into Eli and them. And this is a Harvard study. So I think people at Harvard are a hell of a lot smarter than me and you, right, Carl?
I believe so as well.
So they did this study, and it says the United States is there's far too few hospital beds if the new coronavirus, and they're calling it the new one because remember we were supposed to have this peak, and it was going to go down, and then we are going to have a second peak. Remember that? Well, they're calling
I think
it
you
the
said
new
something
one
about it.
because this sucker ain't gone down. You know what I'm saying? We're now getting today 50,000. We're getting 50,000 a day. We aren't going down. Everybody else is going down. So if you want college sports, so the new Harvard study basically said that in 40% of markets around the United States, 40%, and those 40% happen to actually be our larger, it's not going to be South Dakota, basically, is what I'm saying. It's going to be New York. It's going to be Atlanta. It's going to be Dallas. It's going to be Los Angeles. It's going to be San Francisco.
Basically, places we all like to visit.
Yes, exactly. Big-time markets. Las Vegas. And here's what this study said, and it scared and by the way, again, this is science, man, and this is why I get so mad when people want to argue with me. I'm not a politician. I don't give a damn about the left or the right. I'm an American. Period. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm an American. Simple as that.
Well said.
And when scientists come out and say COVID-19, which has not had its supposed downturn, and I want to remind you, the statistics, they assume, by the way, this is what's so sad. If we have right now, for the next 12 months, okay? If we have a 5% increase of adults that have become affected with the virus over the next 12 months, that at the end of that 12 months, 40% of the country will have a bed shortage. And that says, even in this study, that's if they kick out anybody else who has another illness. So what I'm trying to say, it's damn simple math because this is the other thing. The statistic assumes that if we're going to make it, we have to have as small as a 5% increase. Do y'all know that the increase was 20% back in February and March? April and May, it got up to like 25, 30. Did you know that it's right now from comparatively where it is? This bad boy is at a 50%. We got 50,000 people. And again, we have 4% of the population in of the world globally. 4%. I mean, this is what ticks me off more than anything. Are you telling me, people, because everybody wants to argue with me, and oh, we have better testing. Oh, we have better this. You act like Italy and Germany and Britain. You act like China. You act like all these other countries that are just not real countries. We have 4% of the world's damn population, people. We got like 40% of the damn wealth. But do you know where we are right now? We have 37% of all cases in the world. And did you know that we're up to 30% of all deaths? It's almost up to 33. That would be 1/3 of all deaths happening in a place that's got 4% of the global bleeping population. We're getting close to half of the damn world's wealth. Without China, we would have it. They're kicking a little butt right now. I ain't gonna lie. But we have tons of wealth. We're supposed to be kicking everybody's teeth in, but y'all are a bunch of ostriches out there, and I see ignoramuses fighting over putting on a damn mask. If you want college football, if you want baseball, if you want sports, if you want to enjoy the July 4th, and if you want to enjoy America and its civil liberties and your freedoms, understand that your freedoms also do come with responsibilities. And I don't understand how it is that we forgot about that other part of our freedoms. I don't want another tweet. I don't want another text because I don't want to hear it today. I don't give a damn, actually. I'm tired of hearing all you people telling me, well, only this percentage of people are dying. Only this percentage of people are this. Well, you know what? We got 40 million people who are out of work. If you look at Goldman Sachs, the projections are, if you just wear a damn mask, we can save $1 trillion. $1 trillion. Don't wear one, we're screwed. They also project, which I was shocked that they had there, in very small. They're like the doomsday man. My buddy, who I love, Buster Olney in baseball, 5% chance the season starts, 0% chance they crown a champion. Why do you think Buster feels that way? Have you taken the time to read, actually? Or listen to him talk with Kenny Mayne? Maybe on an MLB, late night talk time, doubt it. They ask him why, and he says basically, because in this country, for some reason, being asked to do something as simple as put on a mask, and you're like, oh, in February there was a comment that said that the mask ain't going to help. Or, oh, it's this. We just want to do all this. Dude, all we want to do is open. Our government actually should be doing more, in my personal opinion. But again, as individuals, if we want college football, if we want baseball, if we want all these things, we got to stop fighting. You got to stop looking at BS. And on July 4th, this is about Independence Day. This is about our country. But you also have to have a mind. And you have to look at the numbers, and you have to realize if you got 4% of the population, 1/3 of the entire deaths, and over 1/3 of the people infected, maybe we're not doing it right. So maybe we should wear a damn mask. Put it on. Maybe listen to the CDC. Hey, young people, I'm staying out of bars. It's hard, I ain't gonna lie. But just try. Go to the liquor store, grab you a bottle, go home, hang out with your girlfriend or your wife. I know y'all got Tinder and all kinds of little apps or whatever. Y'all can figure it out. But stop fighting. Stop pointing fingers. And again, with the NBA, with MLB, everybody is watching. And if this fails, we are going to be completely bleeped. I have reached out to Fayette Ware's coach in high school. I've reached out to a good friend over at Houston, Mr. Thomas. Coach Thomas, what's up? Reached out to Gabe Kuhn, who says he's going to St. Louis, who's now working in Germantown. He doesn't want to comment or do anything. He's on vacation, he said, which I thought was hilarious. And all these people have high school football, because I know I've been asked about high school football. I don't know. I'm hoping they're going to get back to me and we're going to bring some more people. Maybe John Barlos will join us. We'll figure out a little bit more about high school football. We'll figure a little bit more maybe about college football. There's a lot of stuff going down right now. But just remember, this Independence Day is coming up. And I would really appreciate it if you'd stop looking at your individualism and realize that if we all come together and just do our part, do a little social distancing, wash your dead-gum hands, wear a mask, whatever, stay in within your family, we can do a point and we actually might have the NBA season. We might have baseball. We could, man, I doubt we have college football, but dead-gum, we might have the NFL. And you know that we've cut the NFL from 4 preseason games to 2. It should be like that forever. And we got 1,000 things to talk about. But remember, I got a traveling nurse that knows everything that's going about this. She's working with these companies. She's working with these leagues. She's going to talk about this at 1:30. I got Isaac Simpson breaking all the news down about Memphis and Musa Cisse and what's going down, because it's going down for real. And at 2 o'clock, we're going to have so much fun. It's not even funny because Hardwood is happening. And yes, it does feel so good. But remember, before I jump into the leadoff with my good friend, you don't even know the leadoff song, do you?
No, I do not.
Oh, I didn't think about it. Do you know that how just pull up a little oh man, don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it. You got your thing. We're going to do the leadoff right here with Carl. I was about to pull out a big song so we can get all excited. But before we do, remember, it's Chad Gatlin, MemphisFarmers.com. My friend, I promise you, auto, home, life, business, whatever you can think of, nobody's going to take care of you better than my good buddy Chad Gatlin. That's MemphisFarmers.com. That's MemphisFarmers.com. I'm ready for the leadoff. So now you just got to drop it, baby. Since you don't have music, you got to give me a question.
All right. How do you feel about the Lakers signing J.R. Smith for the rest of the season?
Man, I've been saying this. Oh, dude, see, this is what's so interesting. I don't know his questions or anything like that. We don't have our music. By the way, it's like a happy song. Do you know what I mean? Dum, dum, doo, 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 doo. Gabe pulls it up. If you go to YouTube and you like type in something, I bet it comes right up. But anyway, point is, J.R. Smith signing, I'm going to tell you simply, people, would you rather have J.R. Smith or Avery Bradley? Let's just be real. Come on now.
Coming from a Laker fan, I'd rather have Avery Bradley.
Really?
Yes.
See, I'm so glad to talk to you because Carl, by the way, Carl, tell them your family history.
My family history, so on the basketball side,
Yes.
I have a cousin named Lester Hudson. You know, he's pretty great.
Lester Hudson.
He's pretty good in
yes,
basketball.
Lester Hudson is his family. We call him his kinfolk. He's going to hopefully join me soon. But Carl is a basketball player. He still plays. Crazy man was out there playing last week. I'd have died. Carl knows his thing about basketball. But I'm going to ask you straight up. A 37.7% lifetime three-point shooter. A guy that knows LeBron. A guy who crapped the bed. Let's just be real. He went all over everything. Thought the game, they were up, and it was tied. Runs the thing out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Everybody knows J.R. Smith messed up. But you know what? LeBron forgave him. LeBron stayed with him. And you know what? LeBron's giving him a second chance. And I'm going to ask you the truth. As a human being, if you make a mistake like that, and that is your, right now, lasting memory, even though you're a damn world champion, what would you give for a second chance?
A lot.
Everything. I think you're going to get J.R. Smith. I think he's been working. I think he knows what's going on. I think he's shooting. I'm telling you, J.R. Smith is going to hit
I just
some
don't want the
big shots in this
inconsistencies,
bad boy.
especially by me being a Laker fan.
But see,
I do
that's
not
what
want the
Avery
inconsistency.
Bradley. I mean, what is Avery Bradley? 11 minutes, 5 points, maybe like 3.
He plays defense better.
Okay, true that. True that. But J.R. Smith, at the end, late in the ball game, LeBron James has the ball. 2 people come out to him. Do you think he's going to throw the ball to Avery Bradley? No.
No,
But
I
don't
wouldn't
you
throw
think
the
he'd throw
ball
it
to
to
Avery
J.R.
Bradley.
Smith if he's wide open?
I'll throw it to J.R. Smith and pray.
But J.R. Smith's going to knock that junk down. That's a career 37.7% three-point shooter. And if you look in the playoffs, I think he's closer to 40%. I don't have the numbers in front of me. I know what he is during the regular season. But I'm going to tell you something, during the playoffs, I even think he shoots higher from that. So that's why I think J.R. Smith, I mean, it's Anthony Davis. It's LeBron James. You know what I mean? It really ain't. it isn't about JR, but I'm going to tell you right now, it sure as hell wasn't about Avery Bradley. But I will tell you one thing. I can just see J.R. Smith hitting one of those shots. I can't see Avery Bradley hitting it.
Okay, my second question is, do you think the NBA ought to resume with as many players testing positive as recently?
That's what I'm about to talk with, and that's what's fascinating because my next conversation is basically going to be about how these professional leagues, how they're going to get off, because I have Laura Pasquale is what I think. Lauren Pasquale. She's the vice president of marketing, fan, staff, traveling nurses, and their entire team is basically headed up the NBA, the NFL, all these organizations on how to make sure that she's got people taking the temperatures, the rings that are going on, all that stuff. So I'm going to actually leave the answer to her. Because I ain't no damn virologist. I'm not a biologist. I don't work in. I'll tell you one thing. My daughter, she thinks we lost our mind. And again, you have to remember, my oldest daughter is a I can't even say what she is.
A biochemist?
No. It's a biomedical engineer. Biomedical engineer. She makes medication and stuff and like chemistry, and she's got her like whatever generalist and I don't even know, dude. I'm not that smart.
All right, my last question is, do you think the second half of 2020 will be better than the first half of 2020?
Dude, you make me want to cry. I can't believe you made me pause hard there, didn't you? I feel like at 1:30, I think a lot of our audience is going to know a little bit more. I have hope. I'm not going to lie. I have hope. But I have hella fear. I'm not going to lie. Hella fear.
We're in the same boat.
I got my friend over at Fayette Ware, Coach Laxton. He's, Coach Laxton don't know. You got Coach Smith, Coach Kuhn. You got all these high school coaches who are looking at this decision that's come down from the governor, and then you throw this stuff in their court and stuff. Let me tell you something. Right now, think about how much this is going to have to do. I think they threw this decision back into the coaches' the hands and basically like counties. You know why? They want to feel the parents. They want to touch and see. Like, if you're a parent, how comfortable are you let's say they're pushing school back, are you comfortable letting your child go play? If this is something that 100% they can't say that you're going to have lung issues going forward. Do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I understand, but I don't because, I'm the child.
You're the young person. You just want to go play ball. You don't care. Like I'm telling you, I could see it right now. Mia Khalifa's over here, and she's got COVID. You're like, I don't care. You're just running. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm trying to say is sometimes Gabe said this a week ago, and it was so profound. He said we have to protect young people from themselves because
and that's honestly
you
true.
Feel invincible. And I know that a lot of people can sit there and say, only 0.3% of people, or maybe it's 0.03, even less, people that are your age are passing away from this. That's still a lot of damn people. But again, we keep forgetting how many people you see a day. If you get this joint, you're going to infect 50 people before the day's over. So that's one of the things that scares the bleep out of me. That's why we have a nurse, the person who is absolutely 100%. She is the vice president of marketing. She is fan, staff, travel nursing, and she is all up and over this whole situation. And we're going to bring her in right now. So what if I'm you and I care about sports and I want to know what's going on with COVID, I wouldn't touch that dial. But never forget, MemphisFarmers.com, this is Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and CJ Hertz. Weekdays from 7 to 10. Only on Sports 56, 96.1 and 87.7 FM.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Great news, sports fans! The Butcher Shop Steakhouse is now open for dine-in service. Make a reservation and enjoy a mouth-watering steak dinner. Or, if you prefer, take it curbside. In addition to their fantastic steaks, the Butcher Shop Steakhouse has a variety of entrees, including Canadian lobster tail, crab stuffed shrimp, pan-seared red snapper, and fresh ground steak burger with portobello mushroom sauce. Planning a 4th of July cookout? The Butcher Shop Steakhouse offers a great selection of fresh Angus beef, hand-cut steaks and burgers, lamb chops, Atlantic salmon, and more. Make your reservation for dine-in or pre-order for curbside pickup. The Butcher Shop Steakhouse, dine-in, curbside, and delivery. Plus, enjoy the sizzle of top-quality Butcher Shop steaks on your own grill. Call us at 757-4244 and visit our website, thebutchershop.com, for menus and more. The Butcher Shop Steakhouse, Walnut Grove and Germantown Parkway. If you want to make money in sales, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. If you can sell, Flynn Broadcasting has a great career waiting for you. If you can sell, we have great benefits, salary, commission, sales leads, and a great place to work. If you can sell, let us know today. Send your resume to jobs@flynn.com. Can everyone sell? No. But if you can, Flynn Broadcasting wants you. Apply today at jobs@flynn.com. Start your great career today at jobs@flynn.com. Flynn Broadcasting wants you.
Gateway Tire and Service Center has a beautiful new state-of-the-art location at 5275 Summer Avenue. And for July, the new location on Summer has a great special. Buy 3 tires and get the 4th at no charge. Visit the new Gateway Tire and Service Center with 28 bays for quick service, super safe curbside service, or lounge seating 6 feet apart. Check out gatewaytireandservice.com for coupons too. The new Gateway Tire and Service Center, 5275 Summer Avenue. Call Matt for details, 901-683-8335.
Family Leisure's here to make staying at home more enjoyable for you and your family this summer. Complete pool packages starting at $15.99. 24-foot pools only $19.99. 4-person spas starting at $19.99. Swim spas starting at under $10,000. We are offering contactless purchasing, deliveries, and curbside pickup. Give us a call to schedule an appointment or to place an order. Stay safe with Family Leisure.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Well, show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. Show me the way to the next whiskey bar. Oh, don't ask why. Oh, don't ask why. For if we don't find the next whiskey bar,
I tell you we must die. No, no, no. We're going to have a good day. We're going to find that whiskey bar. We're going to have a lot of fun. And it's, by the way, Friday's Eve. That's right. It's a Thirsty Thursday. It's ladies' night. Everything feels so right. And yes, we are already past the new year. Yes, do you know that July 1st was yesterday? We are 6 months in this bad boy. First half was rough. We're praying the second half is going to be better. And COVID-19, we're going to find a few things out because I'm so blessed. Lauren Pasquale, she's going to join us from Denver, Colorado. She is with Fast Staff Solutions, and they know everything, and they have solutions. They can help y'all. And if you go to FastStaff AFF.com. And if you listen to me, that's fast, or FAstaff.com. It's all a play on words. Like it's got fast, AFF, and then it's got staff, and before that, FA. You'll see what I'm saying, but it's FASTAFF.com. Check it out if you have any questions. But Lauren's going to join me, and make sure you keep the questions because I'm going to ask her. Don't worry. I know you got high school, MLB, NBA bubble. Is there a chance that the National Football League is canceled or if it plays on? Keep on coming at me. 67129. Now, I'm also going to ask the questions that are mean, like, please don't tell me I'm an ignoramus because I would never wear a mask. Sir, I wasn't trying to say you're an ignoramus. I'm trying to say that it feels like somebody who texted me earlier, this is tyranny. Tyranny? Have you read the definition of tyranny? Tyranny and wearing a mask? Son, I just don't understand how you can sit there and say, we are about to celebrate the 4th of July and independence. And I am so dead gum happy that we're going to do this. But I want you during the 4th of July to realize that if you want college football, if you want baseball and the NBA and pro basketball, in this country right now with a global pandemic, and they don't shut down countries for nothing or close schools for nothing, maybe you should do your part. And tyranny, sir, that is cruel and oppressive government rule. A nation under cruel and oppressive government rule. Cruel, unreasonable, or arbitrary use of control. I'm sorry, just being asked to be thoughtful, and you consider thoughtfulness as tyranny? Look, I'm for liberty, individualism, and freedoms. Don't get me wrong, but freedoms come with responsibility. Lauren, I sure hope to heck you agree with me.
Hi, Johnny. Which part? I agree that I work for Fast Staff Travel Nursing, and our website is faststaff.com. Which part should I agree with?
I was just saying, I hope that you agree with the fact that, we do love liberties, but liberty does come with responsibilities. We're part of a nation, we're part of a community, and we have to be kind to each other if we actually want to make this thing work.
I do agree with that. And I work with so many really brave healthcare professionals who have been running into this fire. As you said, I work for Fast Staff Travel Nursing. We've had thousands of nurses all over the country since February fighting COVID. And they tell me, I asked them.
By the way, fighting.
That's right. We're not done yet. It's still going. And those nurses tell me, and I've heard from others, wearing the mask in public is the best way to keep others safe as well as yourself. And you know what? For me, Johnny, it's not that big an inconvenience. I'm not going out all that much. I put the mask on. I come home. I wash my hands. I'm trying to follow those protocols, not just for me, but I want this thing over. I want my friends who lost jobs to get back to work.
Me too.
If we can help, I want to be a part of that.
Oh, gosh, you know what? I couldn't have said it any better. Lauren, thank you so much for joining me, but I have a lot of questions, and I know that there are a lot of parents who are excited to talk to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about, and they're concerned about their young people, here in the state of Tennessee. They've moved back certain things. They can only have, 10 people participate in practice. When it comes, you have to be outside. I think, and I'm not a doctor, but I think that being outside and having few people, is that not helpful?
I'm not a doctor either, but we've certainly heard a lot of support that if you are outside, there's less of a risk of the spread of the contagion than if you are inside. So, I would never tell a parent what to do with their kid or what level of risk they're willing to take on. But we've seen plenty of reports that say being outside is less risky than being inside. So I guess you would apply that to what sport they're playing and how many people they're interacting with.
Now,
if they could come home and take a shower at home instead of going into a crowded locker room, I think think that's a no-brainer, right?
That is a no-brainer. And by the way, being vice president of marketing over at Fast Staff Travel Nursing, I do agree. I understand you're not the nurse, but you deal with so many nurses. You see them, you move them.
Correct.
You
Yep.
care about each one of them the way you talk. Like when I was talking with you, like these people, you know that they're about to go onto those front lines. You care about them and you hear about what they have to say when they come back. I do want to ask you because, again, it is a sports show, and we talked a little bit about this. When you look at the MLB situation, when you look about how you see Arizona is such a hot spot, as you see Florida such a hot spot, or the NBA, but at least the NBA is going on in a bubble. Well, while the MLB is going to be moving and going to different ballparks, and the NBA is going to be in a bubble, but they're going to be in a bubble right now, which is like what, the fifth hottest spot in the world right now. What would you feel more comfortable? Would you feel more comfortable as an NBA family member or a Major League Baseball player saying goodbye to your husband for 66 days as he goes on this regular season whirlwind tour?
Well, that is a tough question. Where would I feel more comfortable? I would feel more comfortable if I understood the crisis management plans.
Ooh,
so,
good point.
So what are the contingent plans? And with Fast Staff Travel Nursing, we're always staffing nurses in crisis, whether it's hurricane, flood, flu. We did Ebola. We're doing COVID. So we have every contingency planned. I would want to know, if I were the wife of one of those players, how are you keeping the players safe? Are you doing temperature checks? Are you doing COVID testing? How often do you do it? Does my husband have his own room, or is he sharing a room with someone? Do they eat in restaurants, or is all the food brought into a cafeteria? And they really, truly don't leave the bubble. The next thing I would want to know, and this is something that I feel like some of the sports are really well prepared for this, is if you do get a positive test, because you and I both know, Johnny, this thing is everywhere. There's really, no way to know in many cases. If you do get a positive test, if somebody tests positive, how quickly do you react? And do you quarantine that person, that staff member, the trainer, the coach, the player, the person in the cafeteria? How quickly do you react to
And what
the
is the
contract
word I'm
tracing?
looking for? Thank you. Contract tracing. And how fast?
Contact tracing.
It's something that I never thought of. It's like almost something that you would see in a movie. We got to do a little contact tracing. No, but like that is something that I found that is so important. And I'm not going to get too personal, but I had a friend who had a wedding, and next thing you know, a couple people came down with it. They did the contact tracing. The three people who ended up, or the first person who had it notified. Next thing you know, it was three people. Then they found, luckily, only 5 people actually had it. They quarantined 9, and it was a very, very lucky thing. But they did contact tracing, like literally in 24 hours, they were in touch with everybody. And that's kind of got to be something that your staff, are y'all, like, do you do part of that? Like, because I know you do the temperature. I know that you're talking, and I know that you basically have everybody and their grandmother out there working. I was just wondering, is contact tracing part of Fast Staff?
It's not, Johnny. So what we do as the nurses at these golf events is the nurses are there to take the temperatures of all the participants.
And then
so that
give
would
the
be
COVID test, of course. Yeah.
Exactly. And if they find an elevated temperature, then there are protocols for what happens immediately. So every single person that enters these golf environments, whether it's players, caddies, grounds crew, they're all getting a temperature check. Now, we know that that's not the only way to test for COVID, but it's the first way.
It is.
Before they even drive their car into the parking lot and park, that's one of the first things they do. And our nurses, typically our nurses are going into hospital situations. We have them all over the country, certainly now more in Arizona and Texas, like you and I were talking about some of the spikes. But what they do is they go into these environments and they learn the symptoms. They know how to recognize it. They know exactly how to react quickly. So they're very capable. They're very well skilled to go into any environment, whether it is high school baseball or, a professional golf tournament that's being televised. They know what they're doing. They're very skilled. They really are heroes.
Now, they are heroes because they are going on. And by the way, the golf has seemed to go. I know that you have to feel good about Fast Staff. The way golf has gone, it's been absolutely positive. MLB is just getting started. The bubble thing and NBA is getting ready to get, so you really don't have a whole lot of, information. But golf has been great. The other things is working with businesses. I didn't even think about this, but I just had a text right here. A guy just said, so if I went to faststaff.com and it's fast AFF or it's FA staff. So it's FASTAFF.com. It's a play on words. It's fast
Correct.
staff. You'll figure out when you see it, but it's FASTAFF.com. You are also not just doing you do businesses as well, correct?
Not yet, but we could.
Ooh,
So we
interesting.
could. Yeah. We see this as an alternate demand channel, is what we call it internally.
Well, how
As
many
other
nurses do you have right now?
Let me just tell you, well, we have hundreds of thousands in our database, and the reason that they're so impressive is that these are travel nurses. So they're
Yep.
not nurses who work in the local communities and have a job, 30 years in the same place. They go to where there's something on fire. They go
That's what
rush
was
into where they're
fascinating
most
talking
desperately
about
needed.
you. They're the
And in terms of businesses, in terms of the businesses, if a corporation needs to open and needs nurses to do it safely, we go there too.
Now, can I ask you again? And I feel so bad because I was talking over you. I apologize. But they're like the war correspondent journalist, or they're the firefighter in your local neighborhood. They're the police officer. They're the EMT and paramedic. They are always running to where it's danger. And there's so many people. Yes, you know that the nurses that are working in the emergency room, they're dealing with all kinds of stuff. But some people think of the nurses at the little clinic, or you think of the nurses at unfortunately, what is it when you're passing? Golly, I feel horrible.
In the hospice.
Hospice. Thank you. Gosh, I love you, Lauren. So you think of that. No, these nurses are like action. They're on the go. They travel and they go to the hot spot. And that's the other thing about Fast Staff that I just think is so awesome. So faststaff.com, but it's FASTAFF.com. And again, I'm talking with Lauren Pascal. No, it's 3 syllables. Say it.
Pasquale.
Pasquale. See, I can hear it, but I could,
Perfect.
Lauren Pasquale. Now, she's in Denver, Colorado. By the way, I can't wait to come to Denver and meet you someday. But as we talk about the NBA bubble, MLB, I got to move one quick thing over, and that's with your nurses and how they run to basic danger. Do you see them very soon running down to Florida to the bubble, or do you see them running to Philadelphia or Arizona or one of these Major League Baseball teams or Texas Rangers? You know what I'm saying? Do you see that? Do you see them like right now, like maybe heading to one of these things to latch on and trying to help?
We would absolutely do it. Johnny, it is a dangerous time. We don't know what's going to happen. I hope the NBA opens that bubble in Orlando, and I hope they don't have a single case, and I hope everybody's safe and healthy.
Amen.
But it seems like with this COVID, that does not seem to be the way it happens. So we know it's a dangerous environment. You can't stay away from it entirely. What you can do is put those contingency plans in place, put that crisis management in place. And if Adam Silver called us tomorrow and said, we need nurses down here pronto, we'd have them there in 24 hours, 48 hours, and the nurses would put their hands up and be happy to do it. So I hope that everything goes well, but given the opportunity, we'll be there.
And I know the same with Roger Goodell. If he called you, or Mark Emmert with the NCAA, you'd be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. But the other thing I have to ask you right now, as a honest, just a person, and again, I know that you basically are the vice president of marketing over there. I want to know, with all the nurses that you've talked to, and you see these people as literal heroes, and you know what they go and risk and what they do, would you want to risk? It's 11 on 11. You know those tight quarters. You know what a football, and you know how many hundreds of thousand people are in that arena. Do you think the NCAA has an opportunity realistically to get football off the ground this year?
I know you want me to answer this as a person, but it's such a tough thing to answer, Johnny. If I were the quarterback of Auburn and I was in my 5th year after a redshirt freshman, you bet that I would want to be on that field playing this game. You bet. So it really depends on the person. I think the best thing that we can hope for right now is that the vaccination comes through, and that's, every day I'm hoping we get better news on vaccination. So if you asked me if I was the quarterback of Auburn, my answer would be yes.
Miss Lauren Pasquale, I love you. You are so kind.
Thank you for having me, Johnny. Thanks for talking about our nurses. We're so proud of them. We love talking about them. I appreciate you
they're
recognizing
heroes.
them.
They are heroes. And you've done such a great job. But I also want, again, one more time, it's FAST, that's FAST, AFF, or it's FAstaff.com. So it's FAST, FASTAFF.com. It's very simple. It's a play on words. If you can't figure it out, you're as dumb as I am.
I'm just so glad you're saying it, because if any nurses out there want to come on one of these travel assignments, they could go to that website, sign right up, and we'll be in touch with them.
Oh, thank you, Lauren. Hey, by the way, I hope you stay safe, be blessed, and I know Adam Silver, Roger Goodell, and Mark Emmett will probably be in touch very soon, okay?
Thank you, Johnny. I appreciate it. Good talking to you.
Thank you. What a pleasure. She's such a kind person. And again, we did talk off the air about a few things I know she wasn't comfortable talking about, but I will say again, folks, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to say it's from anybody. Just please, it's not tyranny to wear your mask, to wash your damn hands, and try your best to social distance. Please. I want baseball, I want basketball, I want football, and I also want fewer and fewer people to get sick and to die. I would love to look like an idiot when this is over and nobody else dies from this and we have a vaccine tomorrow. But please, 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 until that happens and you can make fun of me, just try your best to be respectful. And don't you dare touch that dial, because we're going to come up. I got Harden Wood. One more segment before then. I got Isaac Simpson, Musa Cisse information. We got National Football League, NBA news. We got all kinds of stuff coming up. So if I were you, don't think about it. Don't look at it. But remember one thing, MemphisFarmers.com. My friend Chad Gatlin, Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56, 96.1, and 87.7.
Glad to announce the Rendezvous open for business 11A to 8P Tuesday through Saturday. World famous Rendezvous up and running. If you need some barbecue nachos, brisket, ribs, maybe a cheese and sausage plate, the Rendezvous back and open for dine-in, carry-out, and curbside. While not much changes in the alley basement, you will see a few small differences and additions. For now, open 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and they have desserts. Think key lime pie tarts, chocolate chess pie tarts. Spend some time downtown and visit our friends at the Rendezvous in the alley in downtown Memphis since 1948. All of the Vergas family thanks Memphis and the Mid-South so very much for your support during these times, and they're there for you, as always, in the alley in downtown Memphis. Mr. Charlie Vergos and family's famous restaurant, The Rendezvous.
Hey folks, I'm Jarrett Carter. My family recently purchased East Memphis Ace Hardware at Quince and White Station, and we're excited to offer the best selection of Big Green Egg and Traeger grills. And then don't forget about our Benjamin Moore Paint Studio and the Garden Center for flowers. Save 60% with our new Duracell key fob replacement program. We have a master locksmith service as well as glass cutting and screen repair. The East Memphis Ace Hardware, located at Quince and White Station behind Three Little Pigs.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The storms we've had over the past several months have been devastating to our communities. The rainy season is ahead. You may have not even noticed the dripping in your attic, water stains throughout your home, or even worse, mold and mildew. Please call Brian Elder Roofing and we will send out our project managers to assess any damage. We will not try to sell you a roof if all you need is a repair. We will measure your roof from outer space. 0% for 60 months, even no payments till 2022 are available with approved credit. If you've noticed missing shingles, water stains, leaks in your roof, call us before you call your insurance company at 867-0303. That's 867-0303, and we will provide a free, thorough inspection of your roof's condition.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? There's a tremendous price war among the major term life companies. Rates have dropped dramatically in the past few years. For example, a man age 45 non-tobacco user, $1 million of coverage, $75 per month level rate for the next 10 years. Or a man age 50 non-tobacco can obtain $500,000 of coverage for a monthly premium of only $110 per month, guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. That's right, level rate guaranteed not to change for the next 20 years. If you're a smoker, we have great rates available for you as well. At Termbusters, we specialize in policies of $500,000 and above. If you're looking for new or replacement term life insurance, call today for a quote at 1-800-569-5440. That's 1-800-569-5440. You're probably paying more than you should. Call Termbusters, 1-800-569-5440, or visit our website at termbusters.net. Remember, 1-800-569-5440. Rates and availability may vary by state. Sample rate quotes based on preferred non-tobacco underwriting. Exam required to qualify.
Good news. Southland Casino is now back open. That's right. The most spacious casino floor in the Mid-South is ready to welcome you back to the action with live blackjack, roulette, craps, and all your favorite slots. The action kicks off every day at 9 a.m. and rolls all the way till 5 o'clock the next morning. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and make the short drive to Southland. We're ready for you. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio.
Kick it over here.
This hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
I'm your pusher man. I'm your pusher man.
Yo, 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 I hope y'all always know Sport 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio is about to get super happy. I'm about to get super fun. We are going to Hardinwood. Then we're going to talk Moses Cisse, Memphis Tigers basketball with the one, the only, Isaac Simpson. Always follow him at Isaac_Rivals. We're going to have a great hour, too. We're going to talk about Texas Tech's receivers, who I thought a dude who rode into a lake was the worst driving receiver in the country until this guy. Anyway, he went Fast and Furious style. Donald Trump does some stuff. And again, even gyms are making people wear mask gloves at all times, but people are still complaining. I got Kobe Bryant news, by the way. Maya Moore news I brought up 3 weeks ago. I was so proud of Maya Moore. Like, she made me almost cry when I read this story. Jonathan Irons just got out yesterday. I'll talk more about this and why it is that he did 112 extra days. That's confusing. We got a billionaire doing something really weird, but hey, they're billionaires. And then, of course, we got all their other basically tennis players and how if you're rich, it's okay if you even have a positive test because you can still get somebody to quarantine with you that looks really good. You know what I mean? Like, I guess if you're rich, the fear, it's like, yo, do I go hang out with Johnny Radio, who's poor, he's not got the disease, or do I go hang out with this multi-millionaire who's got COVID-19? You know what the girl's thinking, don't you?
They're going with the multi-millionaire.
I'm 24. I'm going with the millionaire, buddy. Johnny, peace! But I did want to bring this up because it's very important. Now, this is weird for me. And it's very difficult for me to talk about again for many reasons. I have heard Peter Edmiston and I fought with him like hell about this. My grandfather, I'm from Oklahoma, damn it. You know what I'm saying? You know what reservoir, you know how many reservoirs I've been to and which one I came from? No, but y'all have never been to one. And do you know that they didn't care about the Indians? They were just happy that they talked about the Cleveland Indians. They didn't care about the Redskins. They loved the Florida State Seminoles. Anything Indian, they loved. Do you know what I'm saying? So this has always been hard. Now, there are some Indians, very few and outspoken, but the Seminoles love Florida State. But now the Redskins, Daniel Snyder was told to change the team name if he wants to relocate to RFK site. Now, They came out and said the Washington Redskins are under more pressure than ever to change their name, having been a point of contention for a long time now with groups who feel the Redskins is an official racial slur towards Native American population. The topic has reached its boiling point in the wake of the murder of George Floyd by the Minneapolis Police Department. Now, I'm going to, again, go back to this. Listen, again, the officers involved, they've since been fired. They're charged with second-degree murder and aiding and abetting second-degree murder. There's been protests all over the country. They've also removed this statue of George Preston Marshall, who was the founder of the organization, and he was a staunch opponent of desegregation from outside of RFK Stadium in a more praised and in a move praised by Marshall's own granddaughter, Jordan Wright. They're glad they got rid of his name. But this is the only thing that I'm worried about. Like, now you have people come out and say, I'm glad to see it come down. Curtin team owner, even Daniel Snyder, went a step further in agreeing to remove Marshall from the official team material and all that stuff in the Ring of Honor, which is great. But I am wondering, are they literally about to change the Washington Redskins? And I just want you at 67129 to tell me something. And I'm not being, like, again, apples are apples and oranges are oranges. One thing is not another thing. The Indians were treated horrible. We really don't talk about it that much. The Trail of Tears, all that stuff. But the few Indians that I know, I talked to a few of them. And you know what they say? Bro, without these teams, would they even bring up Indians anymore? Do you know what I mean? Like, you got to go to New Mexico. Like my grandfather said, you got to go to Oklahoma. You got to go to the middle of the country, or you got to go down to Mexico. So, again, I don't know the answer. I don't know what, racism is racism, and racism should be destroyed. But I just don't see the correlation between what happened in Minneapolis Minneapolis with those police officers and George Floyd with Daniel Snyder. Now, I could be wrong. Do you see the same thing, Carl?
I don't.
So you do see so I'm not crazy?
No, you're not crazy. It's different.
Murdered a man. They murdered him. We're talking about a name of a team, which, again, I talked to, before I came on air today, I reached out, and only one person said he's glad that they were doing it out of 13 people. 12 other people said, damn, it makes me mad. I wanted to stay the Redskins. And they even said they're going to erase us out of history. And that's what a full-blooded Indian texted me. They're going to erase us out of history. And it is sad that they almost have to be a joke just to be talked about. We should give them more damn respect. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Hi, I'm Greg Gaston for Window Genie. Window Genie is a trusted name in window cleaning, but they do so much more. They can take care of your home or business. They clean interior and exterior windows with a streak-free guarantee. They clean gutters, do pressure washing and house washing. They can also clean and seal concrete, brick, and natural stone. Locally owned and operated, insured and bonded. Get your free estimate today and ask for the Sports 56 discount. Call 901-424-4100 and leave the dirty work to Window Genie.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemembrace.com.
Wolf Chase Limb and Brace.
There's a new commissary in town, In Collierville, Germantown Commissary is doubling. Yeah, they're still going to have the old Germantown Commissary by the tracks, but now there's a huge new Germantown Commissary in Collierville at Poplar and Houston Levee Road. It's huge, too. There's a drive-through. There's plenty of parking, no telephone pole to get in your way, a cool patio. It's right by the track, so the tradition continues. And this is a tradition that's been around forever. That commissary is famous for hickory-smoked, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue. They've got a private party room at the new one in Collierville. Self-catering still continues. Party packs for $5.95. Basically, the great ribs, the great pulled shoulder, the great deviled eggs. Everything is there in Collierville and Germantown now. So there is now a Germantown and Collierville style of barbecue. It's called Germantown Commissary.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis, WIVG-FM Tunica Memphis, and WPG-FLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome to Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. On AM 560, 96.1 FM, and 87.7 FM. This hour of Sports 56 Happy Hour is brought to you by MemphisFarmers.com. Insurance coverage backed by a local agent and a brand trusted nationwide. We are farmers. MemphisFarmers.com.
Check it out right here. Ladies and gentlemen, and now,
the only man to give death a near Johnny experience, Johnny Harden.
Happy Thursday. It's Sports 56 Happy Hour with your friend Johnny Radio. Thank you for tuning in to Sports 56, 96.1, and of course 87.7 FM as we rock 2 FM channels, 1 AM channel, and don't forget Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. Thank you so much to the Family Leisure Studios. I call Family Leisure Studios or Family Leisure, I shouldn't call them studios, but I call it Family Leisure Toys R Us for kids. It's over at 2120 Whitten Road. They're just north of I-40. They're awesome. They're amazing. And everybody's freaking about, like freaking about COVID. We don't have baseball yet. We don't have basketball yet. We're praying it happens. But you can get a pool at least in your own backyard starting at $15.99. You can't beat it. I can promise you that. So do me a favor. Check them out. And always remember, Memphis Farmers and, well, MemphisFarmers.com and Chad Catlin, because they give you every hour of this thing. But always remember, insurance is important, auto, home, and life. But always remember, entertainment is just as important. And if you don't have entertainment, what do you have? Paranoia. You're watching CNN. You're freaking out. So that's why you go to 2120 Whitten Road, just north of I-40, and you check out Family Leisure. And not only do they have pools, they have spas. They have high-quality swimming sets. They have everything you can think of. They deliver it right to your curb. You can pick it up. And if you want, you can schedule an appointment. They'll come over. They'll probably fix that bad boy for you, make things look snappy. You'll be happy as can be. Family Leisure. They make the studios look beautiful, and that's why you can always see us on Sports 56 WHBQ, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and Instagram. And don't forget Johnny_radio. And Carl, did you ever figure out your Twitter?
Carl Morris Jr. 1.
Bam! Did you hear that? My man said it. Carl Morris Jr. 1. Carl
Most definitely.
Morris Jr. 1. That's right. Ken Folk. Lester Hudson. My protege, my good buddy, love him to death, and he's also been tearing it up every single day with, right now, it's been Drew Barrett and Brett Norsworthy, and they've been kicking tail from 3 to 6 every day on Sports Time. Wolo is, I don't know what Wolo's doing, but he's out right now, and you got Drew Barrett, and you have Brett Norsworthy, and you have Carl Morris, and Carl's, what is it, one more time?
Carl Morris Jr. 1.
And now, do you know what time it is?
Yes, I do.
Hardwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Oh, I'm so excited because the next 20 minutes of your life, you don't have to worry about COVID-19. You don't have to worry about any BS. You don't have to worry about anything sad. You just get to laugh for a little bit. Are you ready to laugh? Because
Yes, we need laughter right about
we
now.
need, you know what? We need to laugh. Now, did you see the wide receiver it was a wide receiver, was it not, that drove his car into a lake, right?
By Lake Erie, right? I heard about that.
Whoa. You heard about it?
Yeah, I haven't seen the video. I didn't know it was a video.
You didn't watch the video?
No, I didn't. I'm going to have to pull it up on YouTube.
Okay. His name is Jeremiah Braswell, by the way. I don't know why I know his name off heart, but you haven't seen the video?
I have not seen the video.
Okay, can I just tell you a little secret?
I'm listening.
He has a Camaro. You know that's a really nice ass car. Like,
Very
let's
nice.
be real. Like let's just be straight with each other. You look at a Camaro and you say, "Wow." And you know what it sounds like?
If you take care of it, that's what it sounds like.
You know when it pulls up next to you, you know what happens? It flies right past you. But do you know where it stops driving?
In a lake?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And that's right. Mr. Braswell not only failed his field sobriety tests, he bombed his field sobriety test. Not shockingly, he drove into a lake. The police footage is crazy, but again, his car is this. That doesn't look good, does it?
Not at all.
Now, I'm going to ask you something. We made of this NFL rookie. We said that Arizona's going to have fun with this because, by the way, Lake Erie is a big lake, I guess you could say, right? Did you know I learned this the other day? That Lake Erie, Lake Ontario, Lake Superior,
The Great Lakes of Michigan, right?
The Great Lakes, yes. I was going to go through sorry. Anyway, the Great Lakes, do you know they account for almost 65% of all the fresh water in the world?
Did not know that.
I did not know that either. That's how big those bad boys are. They don't play no damn game.
And this receiver drove into one?
Dude, so do you blame him because he hit the biggest lake in the world? Or you just basically say, dude, you still hit a damn lake?
You got to blame him from both.
Okay, I thought so. Well, he got busted. That was yesterday's story. So I'm going to tell you again. Never in a million years did I sit there and say, you know what? Today I'm going to be talking about another wide receiver running into a lake. But guess what?
Is it a new trend or a challenge or something?
I think so. This is a Texas Tech wide receiver, and he did not at least drive into a lake. But do you know what he did do?
What'd he do?
Thought he was Vin Diesel. He was in Fast and Furious. Dude went banana sandwiches. Listen to this. He was in a Dodge Challenger. Now, this is hilarious. So they say when they hit him with the 20, or the 20. I guess that's a number. I don't know what that means. But when they hit him with that, and then they hit him with the blue and the whatever lights. So they hit the lights for him, okay? Do you know what he does?
Takes off.
Took off like a maniac. Do you know what it says he did?
I'm listening.
It says that an officer could not catch his car. That he had to do this thing, which I'm going to always explain to y'all. Your car might be fast, but it ain't faster than radio waves. You know that?
Very much true.
So, if there's more cops and it's just you, and there's a dude and he's like, man, there's a dude going 160 miles an hour down the road.
Yeah, block him off down the street.
Will you do me a favor and block him a mile down the road? And guess what they're going to do? They're going to stop him. So the Texas wide receiver, his name is Caden Leggett, okay? He was arrested. Cops say, literally, here's what they say. This is what they say. They say, this is a cop's exact words. Only thing I can say, it was a scene out of Fast and the Furious. Damn. Dude was going so fast, I still can't believe he's alive. Lucky.
Did he hit anything?
No. He got actually, like, the cops, like, when he pulled up because they called all the police and there was, like, 20, He stopped.
Smart man.
Amen. And like, amen. Do you know how old he is? 20
He's
years
in college,
old.
right?
He's just 20 years old. He had a 20-year-old passenger in the car. They're not going to identify the passenger. I'm sure it was a woman.
Probably was showing out for.
But can I just tell you something? 150 miles an hour is fast.
Pretty fast.
But I'm going to explain to you for the last time, people. It ain't faster than radio waves. Hello! People are hearing me all over the place. And guess what? If they say, excuse me, Dodge Challenger is heading your way going 150 miles an hour, he'll be there in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail, set it up like a mile and a half away, and you have 20 cops here. Guess what's going to happen? And they closed off all the exits on the way. Like, how did he think he was going to get away? I'm just glad that he stopped.
I am too.
I am just so glad. Now, I have to always do this because, first and foremost, he's funny. Your story, not that bad. But before I get to it, I want to bring this up because I brought this up 3 weeks ago. Her name is Maya Moore. I said she was going to win the Muhammad Ali Humanitarian Award. I was wrong. Nelson Cruz got it. They were all deserving. Everybody deserved this. But here is where I guess my frustration lies. Because I went on air on March 19th and said Jonathan Irons is free from prison because of Maya Moore. That's the day his conviction was overturned. She did new evidence. This young lady, Maya Moore, was a 2-time champion at UConn. She was a world champion with Minnesota. She was called Miss Invincible.
That's actually, in my opinion, the best female basketball player to ever put a ball in her
That's what
hand.
people said. I didn't know that. They said that they literally, in fact, I didn't know this. Did you know Kobe Bryant played with her before his passing?
I can believe it. Like, she's done things NBA players haven't even done.
Not like, how do I put this? Didn't patronize her in any way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Played hoops and said she can play. Like, this is Kobe bleeping Bryant.
Like, and he's not going to give out props like that.
No,
you
'cause
got to
he's a
show him
jerk.
you can play.
You know that he don't play no games. He also said that he played with Lisa, the white girl, not Lisa Leslie, Deladon. Isn't that her name, Deladon? She's the tall white one, blonde hair. I thought it was Deladon. Maybe I'm wrong. But he
Tried to score, right?
He said those were the 2 best female players that he's ever played against in his life, which that, in my opinion, is very, very impressive. Like, could you have, I think it was Elena, something Deladon. Man, look it up, damn it. You got a Google machine, don't you? It's a good thing. But the point is, Maya Moore, who, again, I love Nelson Cruz. I love so many. Diana Taurasi, by the way.
That's who I was about to
She is
I think he
also super, super bad to the bone.
Is that who he was referring to?
Man, is it Diana Taurasi that he's referring to? Or is
Because she's the all-time leading
I ain't
scorer,
gonna lie
right?
to you. I'm not a WNBA superstar. I think there's a person named Elena Deladon. Look it up. Just tell me if I'm not crazy. But Diana Taurasi, I think, is the all-time leading scorer. And by the way, I just got to say something. Since I just came from a good friend of mine over at the best speakeasy on planet Earth, Mr. Darren Newsom. What's up, Darren? Life is, I hope, treating you very, very well. I'm glad you're listening. And I will tell you, the speakeasy is back open, and it is at 115 Union, Memphis, Tennessee, 38103. And if you want something special, if you want to get a little Macallan, if you want to get treated in just a different way, Taylor's Union, don't play. Check it out. It's back. It's real. It is the real deal, Holyfield. And by the way, Kobe Bryant called her the White Mamba. That was Deladon.
That's who it was?
Yep, he called her the White Mamba. So I know I was right on something, and that was from my good friend also, Darren Newsom. But yeah, he's a great dude. He knows his sports, and he again, these women are doing different things, and they're awesome. But Maya Moore did something that is better than I will ever be, you will ever be. Maybe you'll be. Maybe I hope and pray, because you're young, that you can do something like she can. I hope and pray, God, that I can do something as special as her. But at the height of her career, she was going to get paid $150,000 a year. That was the maximum salary you can get at the WNBA. And then she had overseas.
She's won a championship on every team she's played for.
Yes, that's correct. Good job. You're
every
right.
Team she's
even
played
the
for.
overseas ones. And she had even a bigger contract. So that year
they pay more. The women get paid more overseas than they do here.
She was going to make $400,000 playing basketball this year, okay? Do you know what she did?
What'd she do?
She looked at her mom and said, the year I left to go to UConn is the year he went to jail. I've had all these amazing things happen in my life. He's from Jefferson County. How can I continue on with my life knowing that this guy's innocent and just go win champions or go do this? Like, winning a championship is one thing, but changing a human being's life
has to be the greatest feeling ever.
She's like, I'll give every damn championship away for doing that. And you know what? She didn't have to give away a single championship except for the ones maybe that she missed. She gave up a lot of damn money. But Jonathan Irons, which I'm still mad about, got out yesterday. But what makes me mad is, why did it take 112 days? Like, he was incarcerated 112 days still after they found him not guilty? Like, why didn't he
that doesn't
walk
make
out
any
of
sense
court?
at all.
Yeah, that is where I keep looking at this, and I'm like, okay, so you were given a 50-year sentence, and for some reason he still has to do 2 years like probation. Dude, he's found not guilty. Like, anyway, yes, I know he didn't have to do 50 years. Congratulations. Maya Moore did some great things, but again, this is the kind of thing that the only reason I bring this up during Hardwood is because Maya Moore is an angel, and I want more people to give love to these amazing women in the WNBA, and these amazing women around sports, but also these amazing women who do things and save people's lives. From nurses like my friend Lauren Pasquale, from all these nurses who go out and fight and do all this stuff, to all these wonderful women. But again, I basically am just trying to say Maya Moore went so far out of her way to do what she did. And this is the one simple thing. As I get tweeted out 100 times, there's a sick kid at Kansas State that said, congratulations to George Floyd. He was drug-free for a month. Like, these stupid, just insensitive, ignorant statements when you don't look at anything. Explain to me, if your justice system is so damn perfect, how can a man do 13 years in jail unjustly, and then you make him wait 112 days to get out so you can cross your I's, dot all your T's, and give the prosecution? Did you know why he had to stay in prison? I found out.
Why?
To give the prosecution enough time to see if they wanted to retry the case. That is something, in my personal opinion, again,
very unfair.
All you have to do is stop being on one side or the other. We're Americans. We have 50 amazing states. We have a beautiful Constitution. And remember, the best thing about this country, we have the opportunity to vote. We are controlled by the majority, but a majority that is participatory. And I'm going to get off this subject, and I'm going to just say this one more time. The reason you have millions and millions of people every damn year that want to become Americans is because we do have something great, and it is worth fighting for. So stop burning it down. Stop saying bad things about it. Give every single person the love and respect that they deserve. And make fun of those who are idiots, like a lot of these wide receivers who are driving like dumbasses. Let's just be real. It's funny, okay? And let's just get back to having fun. And let's pray we get some sports. And if we can be, and remember, by the way, to err is human. We are not gods. We are neither beasts. We are somewhere in between. So let's just try to figure that out. Now, my good friend, I will never be like Maya Moore, but my good friend Carl's got a funny story. What you got, Carl?
Well, it's not necessarily funny. This is back to Kobe Bryant. They're
It's not
honoring him.
funny. It is funny in a way because, like, you can't hex somebody that's passed away. And I know that you don't give the Madden curse to somebody, but your story, for some reason, I don't know why that's my first thought. But go ahead, I apologize.
But yeah, he's they're honoring him with the new 2K21 that's coming out. They're putting him on they usually
He's
have
going to be
more
on the
than
cover,
one.
right?
Say that again?
He's going to be on every cover, though.
No, he's going to be on two covers. You got the gen and the next gen. And I'm about to show you the picture now. Can you see that?
Yes, I can see it. So you're going to tell me that's going to be on every single one?
No, it's actually going to be Damian Lillard.
Okay.
Zion and this is the Legend Edition. But it's two.
This is the Legend Edition.
Yeah, like
so
once
they're
you
going to
like
have Zion Williams, the Pelican rookies, and not John Morant. Sorry, you just made me mad, but okay.
Well, yeah, and so like what they do with the Legend Edition, like once you buy them, you get like these things called VC points. You know, you do your My Career and all that, but you get more than what you get with the normal edition of 2K.
All right, can I ask you a question?
Of course.
Did you just tell me they're going to have Kobe Bryant, which I thought is, I think Kobe Bryant's dope as get all. Like, that is awesome. It should be Kobe only on every edition. Period.
I like the Legend Edition because it costs more.
I hear
and
what
like
you're saying.
You get more things.
No. Listen. I got to know something though. This ticks me off. I love Dame time. Have you ever heard that Damian Lillard's my favorite basketball player as a person? Because I love I think his rap game is great. I
love him off
he's
the court as well.
Hilarious. Like, I just like Damian Lillard. You know what I'm saying? I love the fact he's on there, but not this year, not with Kobe.
Yeah, this year
It's
should have been
Kobe.
strictly Kobe.
And then the fact that they're putting Zion on one, let me tell you something. I'm not
But the
gonna
way
lie
I
to
think
you.
they're doing it is
Dude,
like
why ain't it Ja?
I think it's like one's gonna be on the cover for the PlayStation Edition, one's gonna be on the cover for the Xbox Edition.
Okay, where's Ja?
He needs to be somewhere in there.
Dude, wait, how can you have Zion over Ja? That's where I guess I'm agitated. And are they going to try to say, well, we went guards with Damian, we went point guard and shooting guard. Couldn't go point guard, so we had to go small forward.
I believe they can put whoever they want to put on there. Like so they
No,
can choose. Like I don't
That's what
understand
I'm
why.
saying, dude. I don't like the Zion.
I think we should have a vote for it. For the gamers who actually go out and buy the game every year, I think we should have a vote.
If they did Kobe, that would be dope, and then they let people vote on the other ones.
I agree.
That would have worked. And by the way, how crazy would that make people scramble? They like if their vote and then they won, bam.
They should get a discount on the on the game when it comes
you
out.
know they'd buy it immediately just because they voted. I like that. I think that's a great idea.
I'm
Anyway.
going to try to pre-order it like sometime soon.
Anyway, we talk, we rap, we do all of our stuff. It's all very important. There's something I got to remind you. 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. You call my buddy Bill at I Buy Houses. Bing, bang, boom. I guaranteed you. I swear to you, I sold your house. All you have to do is literally give him a call. 901-406-1101. He's guaranteed to close in 5 days. It literally is as simple as walking to the phone and calling 901-406-1101. Simple as that. Or, because you're watching me on, wait till the show's over. And then call 901-406-1101. Say, what's up, Bill? He'll buy your houses, bing, bang, boom. You can thank me tomorrow. But remember, coming up next, Isaac Simpson. We're getting NBA. Nope, not anymore. But a guy who looks like he could play in the NBA tomorrow. We're talking Moussa Cisse. What is going on with him? What's going on with Tiger basketball? Is it Antonio? Is it Mr. Draper? What's going down? Well, let me just tell you a little secret. Isaac_Rivals. That's right, at Isaac_Rivals. Isaac Simpson. He's next. I know I wouldn't touch that dial. This is Sports 56 96.1 and, of course, 87.7 FM.
Take Sports 56 with you on your phone or tablet. Download our official Sports 56 app today.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
Summertime and the living is easy. No more cutting or paying utilities. Literally, you guys, Town Village Audubon Park, nestled in the heart of East Memphis, located corner of Park and Cherry, is a beautiful residential neighborhood. Looking for a great place to retire, but you still have a very active lifestyle? Then visit Town Village. Only requirements that you're 55 plus. Prices per month starting at $24.50. The Gourmet Chef welcomes you to visit our restaurant and bistro. Package includes 3 complimentary meals per day, maid service, free local transportation, monthly coffee club, themed dinner parties, lots of fun. Visit us and call Daniel or Bo at Town Village Audubon Park at 901-374-7342. There's no place like home. Town Village Audubon Park.
Now back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
Kick it over here. Kick it.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Gold and shackles, ball and chain. Listen to the whistle of the evening train. You know you about to wind up dead. You don't head back to Tennessee yet. Rich man step on
my poor head. Better butter my bread. Man, I love coming back and listening to a little Grateful Dead on a beautiful Thursday. You know, praying. MLB, man, it's July. We got so many sports. We got so many things that are so close that I can smell them. The NBA, come on, Bubble. MLB's trying their second hand at spring training. We got, the NFL just putting out videos, doing their things, canceling, preseason games, and thank God they're doing that actually, because we don't care about those, and we don't care about the game in Canton against the Cowboys and Steelers. Who cares? We do care about Canton, but we don't. We have a lot of things that are changing in this ever-changing world. But July is, I feel like, the month. But weirdly, July might actually be the month that Memphians, they don't necessarily remember for football. They might necessarily not remember it for baseball, basketball, or anything like that, they might remember it for a certain guy. That's why I'm bringing on my good buddy Isaac Simpson. Thank you for tuning back into Sports 56 Happy Hour with Johnny Radio. Carl Morris is in the house, and my very good friend Isaac Simpson. Isaac, how is life treating you?
Man, can't complain, man. How you doing, Johnny?
Man, I'm so excited to talk to you today. I'm always excited to talk to you. I'm not going to lie. But today just feels like it's a little bit different, if you know what I'm trying to say. Do you want to explain to people? Because I don't want to be that. I've been waiting here for an hour and a half to talk and to say anything. And I just basically kind of almost want to just shut up and let you roll because you got the news. You worked your tail off. You know what's going down. You got feelings. You got what you think is going to happen. And you kind of feel good about a certain few things. If you want to elaborate, I'll let you go.
Man, for sure. I know the one thing that's on all Tiger basketball fans' minds right now is just a big man out of Lausanne, man. Moussa Cisse. He delayed his decision a couple weeks ago. I mean, it's been widely discussed here in Memphis, and I mean, it's been an interesting recruitment. When you look at Moussa's recruitment, I mean, depending on who you talk to, whether you talking to people in Memphis or people outside the city, I've talked to people on both sides of it. And one side, where you've heard it's all LSU. I mean, outside of Memphis, that's
Even
pretty much
Brooks.
what you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then when you talk to people here from the Memphis side, the Memphis staff has been extremely confident the whole time that they had this one in the bag, that Moose was going to be a Memphis Tiger. And
Dude, when
again,
you see
man,
some of those videos, you would feel the same way too, wouldn't you, Isaac?
Yeah, so you look at Moose, he's been here in Memphis the whole time. He's been working out with Jai. He's been working out with other guys that are on Tiger team, and they've been in his ear. And man, right now I have my future cast over at Rivals as LSU, but I think I've held on long enough. I think I'm ready to switch my pick, man. I think all the buzz that I'm hearing right now here in the city, and people I talk to think he's going to be a Memphis Tiger. And like I said, anytime Penny prioritizes a guy, especially if they here in this city, he has a hard time letting him get out of Memphis. And as of today, man, I think Memphis has a great chance, and then Moussa Cisse will be a Memphis Tiger. And I'm going to change my pick right after I get off here from the show. So I think Memphis is looking good, man. They needed a big man to come in and show up that depth. You got Malcolm coming into his second season, was kind of recovering from that knee injury last year, so he's still trying to work through some things. I think you add Moussa, and I think that completely changes the dynamic for this team because now you got Malcolm coming in as a complementary piece instead of your go-to guy in the middle, and I think he can really thrive in that role. So, yeah, Memphis lands Moussa Cisse, I think that really changes the dynamics and the outlook for this team, and they really, really need him, and I think they have a great shot at getting him. I think he still hasn't committed to a date to where he's going to commit, but I think we'll definitely hear something within the next week for sure.
Oh, you have no idea. By the way, I just wanted to say, you talked to me, or like, golly, what was that? I mean, it was like, heck, you wanted to change your pick, and Isaac, what was this, 11:10 this morning? You're waiting till after my show. I just want to say thank you so deadgum much. We appreciate you. And the fact that you're changing that, again, this isn't something where he's sitting around just, wondering, hey, man, like I hope this might have happened. Look, he was on LSU for a deadgum huge reason, okay? The reason he's changing his mind is it's an educated, it's logic. It's based in, it's not some bull BS, this thing is based in logic. And that's why I love Isaac. Follow him at Isaac_Rivals. He is a Memphis man who knows Memphis sports. He is with basketball. He's with football. He's with baseball. He's with everything you can think of. Heck, the NFL, NBA, you name it. Isaac's got it covered. And he also cares about Memphis. And the fact that you did this, Isaac, I can't thank and say enough. I appreciate it more than anything. Now, I got to ask you the truth realistically, because I know I didn't ask you on the telephone. What was it that turned you from LSU, the Tigers down there, to the Memphis Tigers?
Well, when you look at it, again, like I said, I always thought the longer this went, it was better for Memphis. With him being in the city, I think the pandemic, all the stuff with him being in Memphis, and I think that kind of helped Memphis. I think with him again working out with Ja, Ja's been a big time recruiter for Memphis. For Memphis, and I think he's been in his ear and he's working out with other Tiger guys. And just being here in the city, I think he's hearing it from everywhere. Every time he steps out of his house, and I'm sure he's hearing Tiger fans everywhere saying Memphis, Memphis, Memphis. I'm sure that really played into this, and I think this time really helped because I think it was going to be LSU. And again, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, he does have that connection. I'm not going to discount that. Coach Armstrong coached his brother. He's now been promoted to associate head coach down at LSU, so his family has that connection. But I think with the pandemic, you look at a guy, and he hasn't had an opportunity to visit LSU. Does he really want to go when he can be right here in the city? He doesn't have to leave. You got a great program here. They're trying to build something. I think a lot of that played into his decision. And again, I think being around those guys, I think you can't discount that at all either. So I think it's a situation where, I mean, again, with the pandemic and everything going on, you don't want to leave the city.
I was going to say, do you think that any of the chance that those videos they put out, the love that he was getting on Twitter, hanging out with all the Memphis people, do you think that it just kind of like you said this before anybody, the longer this goes on, and you were talking about basically the pandemic and him being stuck in Memphis, you said the more likely he was going to stay. Is it really just the fact that he just kept, God dog it, man, how can I leave this place? Is it basically really just come to that?
I think so. I mean, and people outside of Memphis don't really understand
they don't
this
get
dynamic.
Memphis. No,
I mean, there's something special about Memphis when you're talking about Tiger basketball fans, Tiger football fans, or Grizzlies fans. The love that you get in this city is just different than you get anywhere else. I'm not saying that other fans there aren't good fans in other markets, anything like that, but it's just different.
Special here,
it's a different kind of dynamic. It's
they
special
love
here in Memphis.
you in a different way, don't they?
Exactly. And
They
when
really do.
when you're a Memphis Tiger, man, you're like a king in this city. I mean, you can go anywhere. They treat you like royalty, and I think again when you get that treatment day in and day out, it's kind of hard to leave. And then on top of what's going on in our world right now, I think that makes it even tougher. So why leave Memphis? I mean, you got the NBA team right here. You're friends with Ja.
You're friends with Ja, the man
all
who's
the stuff
like,
going on.
That's a great point.
So, man, just go to Memphis, man, and complete them. Memphis needs Musa more than LSU does. I mean, they have a big need for a guy that fits, and he does what they
Dude,
need.
he
They need
walks
more
in
depth on the
Memphis,
inside.
and he's a star. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He walks in, and bam, it's going to be him. And I hate to say this as much as I'm a Dandridge or a Lance guy. Like, dude, Musa, like watching him play, dude, some of those blocks down there, that dude's an eraser. You know what I mean? Like straight up eraser around that basketball goal. It's nasty. So I'm fired up about him. But I have to know something. This does happen. If it does, we're going to be happy as all get out. But, another thing I do want to know is coaching. You got any word at all?
Man, it's been kind of mum. I mean, Antonio Anderson came in
has
and
been understatement, bro.
I mean, it's been kind of a lost thought right now, and nobody's really talking about that. Antonio Anderson came in for an interview. We've heard other names, Trey Draper, former Tiger. Those are the two names that I've heard the most, and I think make the most sense. Because, I mean, you talk about Antonio Anderson, two-time high school champion up there in the Massachusetts area. Again, a beloved Tiger coming back home, and I think he's a guy who can – another guy that's young enough to get out there and work with the guys along with Penny that can still get out there and play a little bit. I think that can't be discounted.
Yeah.
And he's a guy, I mean, he gives 110%. He was that way as a player, and I can tell he's still that way.
He was the glue guy in 2008.
Yeah. Passionate about the program still. So I think he'd be a great, fantastic fit. And I also think he'd be a great recruiter from Memphis. I think he can do a little bit of everything. And Trey Draper is another guy.
Well, that's where I was going to say. Trey scares me on the fact where I look at Antonio where he can get on the floor, get down and do a lot more coaching in the aspect. Where I look at Trey, he's almost like that guy behind the like you don't even talk about because he's like behind like at IMG.
Yeah.
Or, he's working the people. He knows all the kids. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't think they can go wrong with any of them, either one of them, to be honest with you. I just want to know how the heck are they keeping it so quiet?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, nobody's talking about that at all. I guess there's so much other stuff going on. We got the Musa stuff going on, and then, of course, we got everything going on in the world right now, the social injustice, the pandemic. So it's kind of been put on the back burner, but I think that's really important going to the season as well. what direction he's going to go. I think when you kind of look at it, I think he'd be better going with a guy like Tony Anderson or Trey instead of going with an NBA guy. I think at this point, you need a guy that's going to be more of a worker. Not to discredit Mike Miller. I mean, Mike Miller
was a recruiting machine. No, we're not discrediting him in any way. But like at the point where Penny, he's learned from Mike. He's growing into the position. I know what you're saying. You're just you're not disrespecting Mike Miller. You're saying it's just time for that hungry guy, that young dog to come in there who's going to recruit like a madman. Mike Miller's got a business. Mike Miller's got a family. Mike Miller's got
he has a lot of stuff going on. So.
That's what I'm saying. Penny needs that hungry guy, and I don't know if it's Trey, I don't know if it's Antonio, but either one of them right now I'll take.
Man, 100%. I think either one of those guys would be fantastic. And the thing about it is it's two guys. When I look at those two guys versus you bringing someone in from the outside, is
true.
Those guys are passionate about Memphis. They know the city, and they're passionate about the program. So I think they're going to come in here and work their tails off for Penny. I think either one of those guys, I think you can't go wrong. And either one of those guys will do a fantastic job.
Now, I'm going to surprise you because it's the day after Bobby Bonilla Day, so I'm not going to hit you with anything stupid like that. But, golly, I wish we were Bobby Bonilla, don't you?
The Finesse King, man. The Finesse King, man. That guy still getting paid. What they say to
1.2 million damn dollars, man. He gets it
I can't remember to what year. They say
2035.
20, man, that is
30. He's got 14 more of these damn things.
Crazy,
but anyway, I wanted to ask you this for the truth of it, and this is a different one. We talk Memphis football a lot. We love Memphis football. I don't know if you saw this, and I don't know if you actually did see it, but it made me think of Brady White in a different level. White might actually come back. If Brady gets to play, he'll play. If he gets to come back, I think he'll come back. But did you see where they're talking about Trevor Lawrence might have played his last college football game?
Yeah, I did. I did see that, and that's interesting, man. That just kind of shows you what this whole pandemic, as far as sports, it could rob
30
us.
people. You got to think about how many people at Clemson. He doesn't want to go around them. There's I know it's a 0. I looked it up right before you came on. 0.3% chance so far. They're guessing for people his age to have lung problems going forward. Now, again, if you have millions, and I mean
millions of dollars on the line,
millions of dollars on the line, would you chance it?
Man, no. I can understand it. I can even understand it even for players that aren't even on his level. If I had a kid that was going to play in college athletics right now, I'm not signing a waiver. I'm not doing anything.
Either. I mean, Ohio State, I can't believe they got away with that.
Yeah, there's no way that I'm signing a waiver that said that they don't have any responsibility in that, because they're the ones that are making the millions of dollars. These kids going out there and putting their ass on the line, for lack of a better term, and not getting paid for it. I mean, that's a big risk. I would advise my child not to play if I was a parent in that situation. So it's going to be interesting. I know a lot of people get mad, say you're Debbie Downer and everything like this.
And we're not trying to be that. We're being, and that's what pisses people off. Reality, they don't want to hear it. They want us to literally blow smoke and bubble gum up their keister, and that's not the way the world works. We're just trying to tell you, listen, Trevor Lawrence, and I'm going to tell you something. If Trevor Lawrence does not play this year, you think he won't be the first domino? I mean, think about it. Justin Fields might pull out.
Oh,
could
100%.
you imagine all these guys who are going to be first round, potential draft picks not pulling out to play college football before we even get a chance to start things? Don't think that this is this is what I was like yesterday. I got in an argument with somebody. I didn't say much about it. I mean, we were we were together in person, but he was trying to say, well, let Trevor Lawrence quit. Quitter. He won't even be the first pick. I go, he will be the first pick in the NFL draft. Shut up. The reason he's quitting is because he will be the first pick in the NFL draft. He's already won a national championship game. I mean, dadgummit, they made it to the Final Four last year. I mean, quit. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow was a baller last year. Trevor Lawrence beat up on Tua. Tua was picked 5. Burrow was picked first. You don't think Trevor Lawrence is going to be first? Sunshine's a baller. And then if you don't think like somebody like Justin Fields or other people that might follow, I think you're crazy. I'm curious where you stand on this, Isaac. Do you think that because Kylan Hill proved the power that these young, and you don't have to be Trevor Lawrence to have power. Look what Kylan Hill did for Mississippi. People want to argue with me and say he had nothing to do with it. You're a liar. You don't want to look at reality. Kylan Hill came out there. He made his statement. They changed the flag in Mississippi. I mean, these players have power, and I think they're realizing it. And if you have somebody with the power of a Trevor Lawrence leave, don't you think other guys aren't going to look at themselves in the mirror and say, am I really going to go risk my future and my health when I got generations to take care of?
100%. If you have a guy like Trevor Lawrence decide to sit out, I think that would be the first domino of many. I mean, you look at a guy that's possibly going number one in the draft. You got to look at, like you said, other quarterbacks got to look at the fact, well, if he's sitting out, man, why am I going to go out
Fields,
there?
I wouldn't go out there either.
Yeah, why am I going to go out there and risk this when I got millions of dollars in the line? I know I'm going top 10 in the draft. Why should I go out there and do this? My draft stock is solidified. And I think, if they start doing it, I think you'll find some other guys will do the same thing. Because, I mean, if these guys aren't going to play, why should I play? And I think that's one reason why I'm still not optimistic that we're going to see college athletics in the fall. Again, people get pissed off when you say that, but the NFL might play because these guys get paid and they might find a way to try to pull that off. But when it comes to college athletics, you have these kids who weren't getting paid money going out there risking their lives while the NCAA and these colleges are the ones that are collecting the money. I just don't see that working. I hope I'm wrong. I hope if they can find a safe way to do it that we do have college athletics, but I'm not optimistic about that. But as far as a guy like Trevor Lawrence making that decision, I do think if he makes that decision, you're going to see many guys follow suit, and I can't blame him.
And
if I was in that situation, I think I would probably feel the same way.
And God, I'm late for a break. I could talk to you all deadgum day long. But just even the Pac-12, who I think is going to be one of the first possibly to fold. But I'm looking at Walker Little.
Yeah.
I don't know how to really say his name. He's the big, huge guy. I think it's Penei Sewell for Oregon. This dude is a monster. I mean, these are top. I don't know, but if Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields aren't 1-2, these guys are 1 and 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are definitely the 4 guys I'm talking about, top 5 picks. You know what I'm saying? They are ballers, and 2 of them are playing in the West Coast. People like Jamar Chance or, heck, Jalen Waddell for Alabama, who are superstar wide receivers. Why would you go and risk a top 10 pick to have a chance to have your season cut short and you get COVID-19 and we still don't know what it's going to look like after a year after you've had it? We're 6 months in this jaunt. So I guess what I'm just trying to say is I wish people would stop being so hateful and making it political and just trying to be understanding towards these kids. I hope everybody has a wonderful July 4th. I hope everybody just does everything to take care of everybody. I hope we have college football. But again, I'm not going to get mad at these kids or say stupid things like, oh, wish I could have played for these teams. Dude, if you were talented, you would have played for these teams, man. You would have.
Yeah, I mean, again, man, you got to look at the fact that not only are these kids risking injury, which that's something to think about already. Now you got COVID-19 to worry about, man. It's just a big risk when you got that kind of money on the line. But, man, last thing before I get out of here, man, 3 words, man, love each other. That's what we got to do, man, in these times and figure out a way to do that, man. And I think that would solve a lot of our issues.
Dude, I can't say it any better, man. That's the way to end it right there. That's Isaac Simpson. Follow him at Isaac Rivals. Isaac, I love you, brother. You be good out there.
Man, talk to you next week.
That's my good friend. We'll be back in 2 shakes. Sports 56, 96.1, 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time on Sports 56. Weekdays from 3 to 6 on Sports 56, 96.1 FM and 87.7 FM.
We saved big money with our Progressive Home and Auto Bundle and used the cash to take a family vacation.
To Hawaii.
Who's up for a luau?
Yay!
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big money with Progressive, but not enough to go to Hawaii. They'll probably use it for things like the mortgage and groceries, or even a travel magazine, so at least they can see pictures of Hawaii.
Aloha!
Yes, say hello to those beautiful Hawaiian beaches. in that magazine. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Hey, it's me, your cousin, from Boston. I'm on the radio doing ads for Sam Adams. Now I'll be known as the Sam Adams guy instead of the dude who fell in the quarry. Sam Adams Boston Lager is crisp and refreshing, which is why I bring a six-pack wherever I go, except the movies anymore. Sam Adams, from Boston with love. Here's the legal part. Watch how fast I can read. The Boston Beer Company, Boston, Mass. Drink responsibly. Now, is that 30 seconds? Are we even close?
At Advance Auto Parts, we take the guesswork out of your oil change. Our experts will help you find the right oil, the right filter, at the right price every day. Get 5 quarts of full synthetic Valvoline, Mobil 1, Castrol Edge, or Pennzoil Platinum with a Fram titanium oil filter for just $33.99. Plus, this July, we're donating $1 to Building Homes for Heroes with every 5-quart bottle of Valvoline sold. Advance your auto at Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest locations. See store for details.
Now, back to Johnny Radio's Happy Hour. Let's go! On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Here's your host, John Harden.
Many a hand has scaled the grand old face of the plateau. Some belong to strangers and some to folks you know. Holy ghosts and talk show hosts are planted in the sand to beautify the foothills, shake the many hands. There's nothing on the top but a bucket and a mop and an illustrated book about birds. You see a lot up there, but don't be scared. Who needs Jackson when you got words?
Ooh, I got words, and this last segment's going to hurt me badly. But guess what? I don't work for the University of Memphis anymore, so I don't care about sticking the knife in them. And I'm very upset with them. And I am about to stick it deep. Welcome back to 56. That's right, Sports 56 Happy Hour. Coming up next is Sports Time with Wolo and our good buddy Drew Barrett. Carl Morris Jr. is with you. It's going to be awesome. But I got to say one thing. I'm very, very disappointed. The University of Memphis and Dr. David Rudd, they expect a $17 million shortfall in their fiscal year next year. Now, of course, they're asking for more money from the government and more money from everybody. They sent me a letter, which I laugh. But I will say, they got $32.9 million that they wanted for the STEM building. They got $9.5 million slashed in maintenance over this year with what they've done. But yeah, they're $17 million short. This is, by the way, they're $17 million short with what they say is going to be a 12% increase in students this year. Did you know they lost 1% last year?
Did not know that.
Yeah, they lost 1%, but they think there's going to be a 12% increase with COVID-19 going on. Like, let me tell you something. Again, I can blow smoke and bubbles and rainbows and all kinds of things up your keister, and if you want to believe them, you can. But if you believe this, man, I'm going to tell you something. I got something to sell for you. Just give me a lot of money, and I promise you'll be happy in 20 years. I'll give you the return on it. Dude, are we joking? They had a 1% decline in enrollment last year with no COVID. Football's team was balling. And he literally put in a projection that says we're going to have a 12% increase. A 12%. They say the reason they're going to have a 12% increase is because more people are out of work, so therefore they're going to all go to school. You know school costs money.
And how you going to pay it with no job?
Dude, I guess we're just going to take out another loan and go farther in debt. I don't care if I'm 55 years old. I'm going to add to my debt. Listen, I need to start doing math for people. Maybe I should run for president. I am so tired of reading plans that are so full of it. Listen, Dr. Rudd, thanks for that lying. Thanks for taking $150 away from our parking for one semester. Thank you for being I think a good president when it comes to sports. But please don't lie to me. Like, do not what is the term? Don't pee on me and tell me it's raining.
I had a coach that said, "Don't piss in my Cheerios and tell me it's milk."
It's milk. Yeah, don't do that. Because let me tell you something. This $17 million shortfall, I guarantee you will be closer to, I'd say 25, realistically. And imagine if football dissipates. And if y'all think you're going to have a 12% increase in students just because people aren't working, again, I'm going to ask you, is the government about to give people free tuition and say, nah, you don't have to pay for school? And again, if this COVID-19 we're going to have a vaccine, remember, next year or even sooner than that. Who's going to school for 2 years to get a master or 4 years to get a degree? Again, rainbows, I believe in. Pot of gold at the end of them, that's a dead gum fairy tale. This fiscal plan is a fairy tale. And if I was a bank, I would look at it, laugh at it, and tell them you're so full of it. But the cool thing is, if you're a university, you're backed by the federal government. It doesn't even matter. They'll get their money. It's insanity. Now, again, I love all of y'all. I pray we are all going to work out and everything's going to make it well. It's July. We need basketball. We need baseball so bad. But we also need you to understand, with your freedom and liberty comes responsibility. I hope that y'all can figure that out. I hope every one of y'all get out there and make this world a better place. And I will see y'all on the flip side. Peace.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Chris Price here for Brian Elder Roofing. The store